They looked at humans and laughed too. Legs, no claws, no armor. The galaxy decided humans were weak. The first alien probe came through the outer dark, and it did not speak. It watched, it measured, it listened. It saw humans walking in crowds. It saw hands that could build and hands that could hold. It saw faces that changed fast from joy to fear. It saw cities that reached high and fields that reached far. The probe sent its reports: soft bodies, small teeth, thin skin, slow steps, no natural weapons, 2 legs. In alien halls, the report became a joke. They said the bipeds would break in real war. They said the bipeds would beg for mercy. They said the bipeds would hide behind machines. More probes came. They stayed silent. They stared at human life like hunters who do not rush. They watch human ships rise and fall. They watch human radios and human songs. They watch human wars and human peace. Humans noticed the eyes in the dark at first. They hoped it was friendly. Then they felt the cold of being studied. They felt it in the way the probes never answered. They felt it in the way the probes never warned. They felt it in the way the probes never cared. Human leaders met. They spoke about caution. They spoke about contact. They spoke about survival. Then the invitation arrived, a signal in clean patterns, a request to send envoys. The Galactic Council wanted to see the bipeds in person. Humans built a diplomatic ship, simple and strong, not a weapon, not a throne, a message of peace. When a ship entered council space, the guards circled it like sharks. The human crew stayed calm. They kept hands open. They kept eyes steady. The council hall was huge. It was made for giants and beasts and living armor. Humans walked inside like children in a temple. The first voices were loud. Alien laughter rolled across the hall. Some aliens looked at human skin and smiled. Some looked at human eyes and mocked. Some looked at human hands and made jokes about soft fingers. They used the word biped again and again. Biped, biped, biped. They said it with pride like a hunter naming prey. The human envoy listened. He did not shout. He did not threaten. He spoke with respect and simple words. He offered trade. He offered science. He offered friendship. The council did not care. They talked over him. They spoke to each other about human weakness. They asked if humans could even live without council protection. Humans were ignored in meetings. When humans raised a hand, the chair did not call them. When humans asked for time, the hall went silent and then laughed. When humans warned about pirate fleets, the council waved it away. No one feared them. No one respected them. But humans watched and remembered. Outside the hall, humans saw the real galaxy. They saw markets full of weapons. They saw warships parked like cattle. They saw slave chains on alien docks. They saw scars on worlds that had been harvested. Humans returned home with quiet faces. The envoy spoke to his leaders. He said the galaxy is not kind. He said the council is not safe. He said they see humans as prey. Human leaders began to build defenses, not loud defenses, quiet defenses. They expanded sensors. They trained pilots. They hardened colonies. Then the first strike came not from pirates, not from random raiders, from a council-client species that wanted a quick victory. A small alien fleet hit a human colony world. It burned farms. It broke shelters. It smashed a hospital dome. Humans watched the feed. They heard screams. They saw fire. They saw bodies. They saw children running into smoke. The alien commander sent a message: bipeds should submit, bipeds should kneel, bipeds should accept their place. The laughter in council space became louder. They said the bipeds are learning their lesson. They said the bipeds will disappear soon. But on Earth, in quiet rooms, something inside humanity woke up. It was not rage alone. It was memory. It was the ancient survival voice that never dies. They took human worlds. They killed human children, and still they laughed. After the first colony fell, the raids did not stop. Aliens tested humans like wolves test a fence. A strike here, a strike. They're always quick, always cruel, always followed by laughter. Humans moved people from the border worlds. They did it without speeches. They did it without pride. They did it with hard eyes. Ships full of families left at night. Small lights in the dark. Mothers held sleeping babies. Fathers stared at the stars and stayed silent. The aliens watched those evacuations and smiled. They believed humans were running forever. They believed fear had broken the bipeds. Another world burned, then another. A mining station exploded. A school dome shattered. A rescue ship was shot as it carried wounded people. The galaxy saw the news and shrugged. Many species had suffered before, many had been crushed. Humans were just another weak line in a long list. In the council hall, an elder joked, "The bipeds are learning to crawl." Another replied, "They cannot even crawl, they have only legs." Humans sent protests, they sent evidence, they sent names of attackers. The council delayed, the council debated, the council did nothing. Humans learned a second lesson: justice in the galaxy was slow, and the slow justice was a mask for power. Then came the day that pushed humans past the edge. A raiding fleet hit a refugee convoy. The convoy was marked civilian. The convoy carried children. The aliens fired anyway. Lifeboats broke air, froze, small hands tapped on glass, and then stopped. The attack was recorded. It spread through human networks in minutes. It reached every screen. It reached every home. It reached every soldier. Humans did not riot. They did not scream in the streets. They became quiet. Human leaders called a closed meeting. No cameras, no speeches, just faces around a table. They spoke of loss. They spoke of shame. They spoke of the future. One admiral said, "If we beg, we die." One scientist said, "If we hide, we die." One leader said, "If we fight, we may live." The room stayed silent. Then every head nodded. Secret meetings began everywhere. Captains and engineers, miners and pilots, farmers and builders, each one offered what they had. Plans were made in silence. Codes were written. Shipyards moved deeper. Factories changed purpose. The aliens saw none of it. They kept laughing. They kept raiding. They kept thinking humans would surrender. But in deep space, far from maps, a hidden human fleet moved in the dark. It did not shine. It did not speak. It did not exist in the council records. The galaxy did not see it coming. While the galaxy slept, humans were preparing for war. Humanity had fewer ships than the council powers. Humanity had weaker shields. Humanity had smaller guns. So humans chose another path. They chose smart weapons, not loud, but deadly. A human engineer named Lena worked in a black shipyard. She did not sleep much. She watched alien combat footage. She watched where alien ships turned. She watched how alien shields pulsed. She watched how alien engines flared. She found patterns. She found habits. She found pride. She helped design a small drone, a drone that looked harmless, a drone that carried no big gun, a drone that carried a mind. The drone could hide in debris. It could write a signal. It could wait for the right moment. It could bite where it hurt most. Human commanders trained pilots in quiet ranges. They did not train for hero moves. They trained for patience. They trained to strike and vanish. They trained to fight as a pack. Soldiers trained too, not for boarding glory, for rescue, for protection, for holding lines while civilians escaped. A young soldier named Ari watched the stars every night. He thought about the convoy children. He thought about the burned colony. He felt fear. Then he turned fear into focus. Humans studied enemy weakness. They learned that alien fleets relied on long supply chains. They learned that alien crews fear darkness. They learned that alien sensors were proud and predictable. Fear became focus. Pain became discipline. Humans stopped asking why this happened. They started asking how to end it. Months passed. Raids continued. Humans still did not answer openly, and the galaxy kept laughing. But the hidden fleet grew. It became more than ships. It became a promise. Then the day arrived. The first human strike was approved. No speeches, no warning, no loud vow. Just a quiet order sent through secure channels began. The laughter stopped when the first alien fleet burned. The strike began far from the council heart at a supply hub that fed 3 war fronts. The hub was protected by proud cruisers, and the cruisers believed humans were too weak to reach them. Human ships appeared suddenly, not in a big line, in scattered shadows. Aliens detected them late. Alarms rang. Crews rushed to stations. Commanders shouted in confusion. Then the human drones woke up, small sparks in the dark. They slipped past guns. They slid into engine vents. They struck shield nodes. Alien defenses failed not because humans had bigger power, because humans hit the right bones. One cruiser lost engines and drifted. Another cruiser fired at empty space. A third cruiser tried to jump and tore itself apart. Panic spread. The hub exploded. Fuel fire lit the stars. The alien fleet burned. A message went out from alien survivors. The bipeds are here. The bipeds have teeth. Humans did not celebrate. They moved to the next target, always supply lines, always shipyards, always command relays. Humans attacked supply lines, not cities, not civilians. They spared escape pods. They broadcast rescue coordinates. Aliens could not understand it. They thought war was simple cruelty. Humans made war into a lesson. The council met in emergency. Voices shook. Laughter was gone. Some demanded punishment, some demanded negotiations, some whispered fear. A council analyst asked a question in a quiet tone: who are these bipeds really? Now the galaxy whispers one word: humans. After the first strikes, the trade lanes changed. Captains avoided human space pirates, stopped hunting near human borders. Even predators learned to fear the quiet hunter. Old jokes disappeared. Fear replaced pride. In alien bars, the word biped was not spoken loudly. It was spoken like a curse, like a warning. Human reputation grew not because humans said they were strong, because enemies said it for them. Some alien leaders sought peace. They offered treaties. They offered payments. They offered apologies. Others planned revenge. They built a new alliance. They gathered fleets. They promised to erase humanity. Humans stayed calm and ready. They did not trust gifts. They did not trust smiles. Lena worked on new defenses. Ari trained with his unit admirals, studied new enemy maps. Human civilians returned to rebuild worlds. They planted crops again. They rebuilt schools. They held quiet memorials. Humanity did not forget. They did not forgive easily. They kept moving. Then a message came: a massive alien alliance forms. Final war is coming. The alliance had numbers. It had heavy ships. It had pride and anger. The council tried to control it, but the council was weak now. Its rules were paper. Its peace was a mask. Human leaders gathered again. They spoke in low voices. They accepted the truth. This would end only one way. They laughed once. They never laughed again. The final battle began at a dead system, a place with cold planets and broken moons, a place chosen because civilians were far away. The alien alliance arrived. First, a wall of metal, and light a storm of guns, a promise of destruction. They expected humans to charge and die. They expected a brave but foolish last stand. Humans arrived second, not as a wall, as a net. Their ships spread out, their drones hid in asteroid shadows, their decoy signals filled space, their silence confused the enemy. The first alien volley hit empty space, the second hit decoys, the third hit their own ships when confusion grew. Human strategy won not by strength, but by mind. Humans cut command links, humans blinded sensors, humans turned proud formations into broken pieces. Ari and his unit boarded a disabled carrier. They fought through smoke and freezing halls. They found prisoners from many species. They opened cages. They carried the weak to safety. Some aliens begged, some fought, some stared in shock. Lena watched the battle feed from a control ship. She saw her drones doing their work. She saw enemy engines dying one by one. She felt no joy, only relief, only the heavy weight of what had been forced on her people. The alien alliance collapsed. Its leaders tried to flee. Human ships blocked jumps with careful traps. Finally, the largest alien flagship sent a signal of surrender. Its words were simple: stop, we yield. Humans accepted the surrender. They did not slaughter. They did not mock. They did not laugh. The war ended and the galaxy changed its rules. The council was rebuilt. New laws were written. Human voices were heard. Human warnings were taken seriously. Humans were respected. The word biped became a warning. Young alien cadets learned a new lesson: never judge by claws, never judge by armor, never laugh at the quiet ones. Humans did not rule by fear. They ruled by memory. They carried their loss like a scar that guides the hand away from fire. On a rebuilt colony world, children walked under new sky domes. They heard stories of the days when the galaxy laughed. They heard stories of the days humanity stayed quiet. They heard stories of the day humanity fought back. And across the stars, when someone spoke the word human, the room became careful because everyone remembered. They laughed once. They never laughed again.